we live? Okay, we're starting. Sorry I'm late, guys. I was just busy with a lot of things. I've been dealing with a lot of issues. I've been having a lot of problems. I've been taking care of some things. I got into a little bit of a panic attack. I was like a little bit worried about something. I was like hurting myself. Oh, God damn it. Okay, let me go ahead and start the stream. We out there, fantasy? Like, everyone's trying to do that stuff. I guess I should probably do this. What the hell? It's not like It's not like anyone gives a shit. So
I've given up. I'm sick of feeling. Is there nothing you can say? Take this all away. I'm suffocating. I've given
now, what it is that it all started with the UN, space UN, kind of shitty to space colonists, which made them angry. There was a guy into independence and made the colony into a country. Died and got replaced by his killer. Then became the Nazis. Started war on the planet Earth. Killed half of humanity. And lost to a teenager, which is true. Lost to a bunch of like 20-somethings and teenagers on a battleship called the Pegasus. Yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. And the fact that they were fighting for independence, the Xeon were fighting for independence of their planet Earth because the planet the United Earth Federation was pretty much abusing a lot of the and a lot of people kind of talk about this issue, about this flag, and it's like, yeah, this is the Delaz flag of the Xeon or the Neo Xeon, because of the fact that they were fighting against the Federation, and the Federation were actually the bad guys. But yes, they were the bad guys in a sense to the word, that they had killed a bunch of people, and that was the whole point of that joke about them exterminating the planet, because they were getting sick and tired of the Federation bullying them all the time in mock battles, and they lost to every battle. And then of course they brought in this new technology, all thanks to Zabi, the family that took over Xeon and started creating more weapons to destroy the Earth Federation. They were successful with the Zaku and the Zaku 2, and of course many variations that they created to fight against the Federation. The fact that people kind of like don't understand the fact that the Earth Federation was like very not nice to them, because they were colonists that were just trying to make a living, and then they of course getting bullied by the Federation by attacking them all the time, kind of sets the premises of revolution. And revolution kind of caused them to, become independent from the Earth, because they were sick and tired of how the Earth was abusing the colonists, and the space colonists had to agree with a philosopher that we don't need the planet, we don't need to be, we can evolve into space, we can evolve as humans in space and live among live free from the planet Earth. But of course, it kind of led to war and destruction, and they, of course, the zombies were doing this out of selfish reasons. It was kind of funny how this happened. Similar experience I played on my work speaker.
Oh, sons of Satri!
Children of the That is pretty good. But they had to compare it to Hitler and all that stuff, and I don't really think that was the case for Xeon, because Xeon had the irony of it was Xeon actually had a diverse group of like characters in the series. Like most of them had like Arabic names, some of them had French names, some of them had like most of them were from Morocco or some other country. It was weird though. I remembered in Gundam 0080 they had a guy named Ramirez. I'm not joking. Like they kind of forget all the characters in Xeon were all like they had diverse characters in Mobile Suit Gundam 0080, and mostly I noticed that the Xeon side has like Zabi is like a common name. That's like it's kind of like an Arabic name, but it's more of a, I forgot what it is. They have like names from other countries, like let me see, the Zabi family. Let me see. They were like a Space Noids family from Side 3, but they don't even bother to explain what race they are. And they don't even bother to talk about what race they were in, because they were seemingly high ranking. They don't bother, and I had to ask I should probably ask that question. What race were they? Zeo Duke, like I know that Zabi is common, like Darwin Soto Zabi, which is kind of like a, I don't know, it's like an Albanian name. I don't know. Ibawaku is kind of like an Asian inspired name because that was like a location. They had like so many, like Sasoro Zabi, Darwin's son, Dozel Zabi, Celia Zabi, Garma Zabi, Minerva Lao Zabi, which is commonly like, were they Asian or were they? And that's the thing. Like a lot of their names were like either they were like they named stuff after mobile suits into Arabic names, and it's kind of weird. Some of the names are kind of like they bring up. Like they have like the most diverse, like the Delaz fleet. I know Delaz is like a Spanish name. I know Charles and Novel is a French name. Harman Kardon is kind of, and most of their they're like Harman Kardon is a I don't know. Charles and Novel was like a French singer, like it was based on a French singer. Harman Kardon is kind of like a Hamon. Like they have so many like diverse characters that are like female, male, you name it in the series. that are like the bad guys, like Mishima Shello, which you could tell they had so many weird ass names they came up with. Like, they had so much diverse characters in that series, and no one realizes what their names were until you find out who their names are. Like, some of them are French, some of them are American, some of them are different in the Xeon side, and people don't seem to understand that either. And they think it's racism. Oh my god, it's racism. And it's not that serious. It's like, if you think it's racism, no, they hate. The thing was, they hated the Earth for being bullies. That's the thing. They hated that side because they were being, and they believed that they were superior to, because they were living in space, and they felt abandoned by the planet Earth, and therefore the planet Earth is no longer our home, and therefore we hate how you treated us and how you abused us and treated us like slaves. Therefore we're going to go ahead and destroy you. Seems like people don't seem to understand that. They don't seem to understand that issue about about Gundam. It's like they kind of bring up that issue. Yeah. And they can't seem to understand the whole issue about anime. Macross Chronicles Guide. Today is the entry to Gundam Zeta Live, the final Macross Delta movie, the entry of the news story ending. Just when peace in the kingdom Windermere is finally achieved, celebration to cut short of an unknown enemy, Hindemil strikes. Good movie. I actually watched it, loved it. So they're gonna go with another episode. Tomorrow is an anniversary of the first Patlabor OVA, the successful OVA series that would help spawn the franchise filled with light novels, TV series. Yeah, which I already showed Mobile Suit Gundam. All right, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, DSV's raging out about an Indian Walmart customer service employee canceling his Switch 2 order. Okay, love you. Bye-bye. For a second, thought DSV became a VTuber. Bro keeps the lie straight 10 minutes or less. No, DSP redeemed. Oh boy. That's funny. How's it going? You doing fine? Great. I'm just doing a show tonight. I know that the title of it is The Anime Fantasy with a question mark. The question is, do you like fantasy? Do you really give a shit about fantasy? Do you know what fantasy is? Are you sure? Because it seems like people don't seem to do that. Paco, do not redeem.
Indian scammer is do not redeem! Do not redeem! Indian scammer is
Indian scammers, yeah.
Do not redeem! Do not redeem! Indian scammer is
yeah. Do not redeem. Do not redeem. Yeah, it's the meme. Do not redeem. Do not redeem. Please, do not redeem. What are you doing? No. Yeah, I heard that so many times. I keep getting phone calls from people that do that shit, man. I'm not joking. I've been getting a lot of people doing that stuff, and it gets annoying to the point that I'm getting tired of hearing people calling me up every time trying to ask me, oh, do you want to enter our insurance for our blah 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 Medicaid care plan? Would you like to come and do that? And I would say, fuck off. Hello. Please let me ask you something. Would you like to have Medicaid care for passing the torch? Oh boy. So, Discord employees from CEO Jason Cintron sharing the decision to transition out of the role of appointing human Sukanai as the company's new chief executive. Hi everyone. Some of the big news to share. I'll cut right to the chase. We have hired a new CEO to lead the Discord through our next chapter in growth, someday becoming the public company. Public company. Good luck. You're gonna probably go out of business. X-Fire. Yeah, remember that one? No, I remembered it. It was kind of like a voice chat, but it was used back in the days. And I know that X-Fire tried so many ventures and it failed. Skype, I remembered it. And then Microsoft bought it out. It used to be like some type of like online phone business, and it just became a voice chat system now. What happened to it? It died out. Discord, it's next. Kind of agree right there.
Premium X or checkmark bullshit. Okay,
right,
so I'm going to actually...
Yeah, everyone's talking about. Let me go ahead and give you guys a PSA about the fighting game community. So let's go ahead and do this. Daily reminder: if you see a girl, 99% she isn't there for dating, but for playing, and most of them have boyfriends or girlfriends. They're great. So anyway, have a good day. Put some fucking deodorant. Here's another one.
Do a video about this because I'm not writing all the shit down. I have a character limit because I'm not paying for fucking Premium X or checkmark bullshit. So I might be a little bit like sounding weird because I'm having allergy symptoms. So as somebody who's a female in the fighting game community since 2019, I have gone to a local or two. I've gone to like a major. The only time I've actually had like guys be weird is if they're like talking about you, looking at you, going, oh my god, like, is that a girl? Who's that? Just some dumb shit. And it is true. Like, some guys don't really know how to talk to women, and I feel like part of it was definitely the lockdowns. Part of it is definitely social media culture. Part of it is there's a lot of factors to it. But I don't think it should be a gender war thing. But being a minority in the fighting game community, regardless, you're going to get more attention, especially if you're a female. And that's just how it is. It still doesn't excuse the behavior of said people. But I really think that I think what you're saying and how men should talk to women, I think it's true. I just think it's a little strange having, like, things to say and knowing what to say. I just think it comes down to a lot of experience and just, you know, knowing boundaries and just being raised right.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm not mad at her.
So I'm going to act...
And this is the thing, I'm not going to hate on her. She's right. It's kind of how it is with everybody. Behavior's going to happen. Okay, hard to believe that this was a team of 30 people. Devs who wanted something better. Small teams, a budget where investors should be looking at the risks. So this is the game, Expedition 33. everyone's talking about this game. I wanted to play this game myself, but sadly, I am right now saving money. Ah! Oh yeah, we're watching hentai now. Great. That's just great. So, anyways, let's talk about what's going on right now, because of the fact that anime is getting a little bit more crazier and crazier, as you can see. she's jealous though. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this stuff. Anyways, I guess I'll go ahead and go into this topic because I know most people. I gotta pick the topic right now because Sony is going after anime this time. Confirms Sony's interest in acquisition. So this was 5 months ago. Kadokawa confirms Sony's interest in acquisition. So this is what's been happening. Sony has been trying to buy into companies, and a lot of people talked about the rumors about Kadokawa, and also the other things that happened. But there's been some things that happen with Sony and the whole situation with the government. So there's no direct evidence that the government's intervention with regulations specifically targeting Sony's activities in anime. And there's been some talk about this, about the whole new bill effectively will kill anime and other piracy sites. And this has been discussed a lot. And people were talking about this stuff for years and are concerned and are worried about this because of the whole anime boom and the fact that they're trying to, like I said before a long time ago, in a video that I made about Sony and the fact that they looked into market research and all that stuff and the possibilities of a predominantly predicted idea that they can make about $1 billion more into the anime industry, hoping that it would boom pretty well, based on a Sony researched backed idea. I would say that this is becoming a situation to where people might not understand it, but a lot of people are talking about this. And not really talking about it, but I'm going to say this right now. Not many people are talking about this. This is like a market growth strategy that was done with Sony and Kadokawa, which is a publishing company. They're mostly a publishing company / anime publisher that basically puts out anime. Now, there's been a situation to where Sony is trying to take down websites and everything to prevent piracy and all that other stuff that's been happening. I know that a lot of people are a little bit skeptical about this and what's going to happen. There's been a lot of talk about this. I know Crunchyroll had been the thing that they are trying to make money off of, but the biggest difficulty is, how are they going to do it? The thing is, it's very much what they're going to do. Sony is eating anime, and they're trying to make money off of the industry by cornering the market in the American market. The thing is, I'm just pointing out this issue because I need someone to understand that there's a big issue that's going on with the anime industry and how they're treating the situation. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is what I'm looking at. In the long run, they are trying to corner the market in anime. They've been trying so hard to compete against other companies. I know that Sony's bolstering, trying to advertise Crunchyroll, which I would say, yes, you could go ahead and use Crunchyroll. I don't think Crunchyroll's a bad company, but the problem is there's been a lot of issues with Crunchyroll internally that there's some things that are believable and some things that are not. The fact that everyone's talking about Shueisha's plan to bring anime into the mainstream of America because of the fact that, let's put it this way, I brought this up on the last live stream when we found out that due to a low population, Japan is seeking to try to put out like tokusatsu shows into the US market because they see that there's a growing popularity in the overseas for these shows that they brought out, like Kamen Rider 01. Like I actually like that show. I don't think it's a bad show. It's just that they kind of fear that the lower population situation with Japan is slowly going the way of the dodo bird. That's what they fear. And the thing is, it's like, I don't know. I guess some people kind of fear that this is going to happen. Let me see. Let me see what's going on with. Let's look at some anime news right now, because I know that most people that, let's see. Let's look at some anime. The week in anime. Apocalypse Hotel. I need to check out that series. Let's see. So, there's an anime called, and I'm looking at this up. It's an official website for an anime coffee Dance. It's a hip hop dance manga revealed Wednesday. The main cast visual October premiere. This is what it looks like, guys. This is the Dance. You can see right here they're trying to make a hip hop dance. A boy named Kabuto sees a girl named Wanda dance, suddenly burns with the need to join in with the thrill of those scenes of Japanese hip hop dance. A quirky, charming characters with a new inspirational manga for fans, coming of age stories like Bull Period, Your Lie in April, Get Up and Join the Dance. So, Kaboku always is just gone to the flow, marching in the step of the drum beat, exceptions of those around him. Parents, school plans for the future feels predictable, safe, and empty. But one night, Kabuko at school late, he happens on a girl alone, moving wildly, turning a blank space of concrete into a canvas. This is Hakuri Wanda. Wanda, that's her name. Member of the hip hop dance club, Kabuko is immediately smitten, but the road to stepping out of his shell is a long one. The club, almost entirely of girls, they're all well better than him. That's what's ahead is unknown, and that's terrifying. But by all means, the first time Kabuko's life, taste of freedom. So this is done by Madhouse and Cyclone Graphics Inc. Oh wow! So Cyclone is involved in this, so they're probably doing the hip hop art for this, because I know that Cyclone's like a they do like hip hop art. I know that Cyclone Graphics are in charge of the anime production. Dancer, choreographer, singer Ria Hata, which is she's well known, by the way, and this is actually who created the choreographs for Japanese groups such as XL, K-Tune, and Korean groups such as BTS, EXO, Red Velvet by the anime dance producer. Coffee launched the manga and after. Okay, so this is the magazine that launched it. So this is the One Dance, which is gonna be an interesting anime, and it will star Kochi Uchimaya as Kubuto Katani, Hana Yomiya as Hikari Wanda. That's interesting. And I gotta look her up because this is the Rita Hata. That's her. Yeah, she's pretty good. She's a really good dancer. Nationality, Filipino and Japanese. Yes, this is her. I don't know why these people follow me. It's like, it's crazy. That's her. Yeah, she does appear in some Japanese hip hop videos, guys. This is her. Yeah, that's her. The Queen of Swag. You can follow her. She's the choreographer of this anime. Rehita is a really good dancer. She's very experienced in her moves. So as far as I know, guys, this is pretty much a hip hop dance. I probably would say I would watch it, but then again, I know that no one in the hip hop community watches anime. Because they'll probably be like, why are they stealing our culture? Why are they stealing our culture? Well, guess what, guys? I don't care. At least they did the hip hop dance culture thing. At least hip hop was popular in Japan. Remember, they brought Run DMC into Japan to play hip hop music, guys. Remember that. Paid them money, real money, to invite them to introduce them to hip hop culture. Mechanical Maria. Okay, here's another one for you guys. It's called Mechanical Maria. This is about a robot maid. That's right. This is by Pony Canyon. In case you're wondering, this is the anime that I'm talking about. This is the anime. It has a guy sitting on a... Okay, so the anime stars Naotomi as Maria Toyama. Now Toyama, the former genius martial artist who now serves as the exclusive mechanical maid to Arthur. Oh yeah, this is kind of funny. And they're showing this off. I wish I could stop with the advertisement. It's like, it's annoying. The advertisements get so annoying when you see this. Because they're trying to make as much money as possible, and the fact that the company itself, I know, it's kind of crazy. Here, okay, so the heir to a powerful conglomerate consistently targeted by assassins due to a fierce inheritance battle. He avoids all human interaction except with Maria, mechanical maid he trusts, but turns out that mechanical maid is actually a human being. Finally complete, meet Maria, a mechanical maid, once a genius martial artist. Maria is a human girl who hides her identity and works undercover as a mechanical maid in a mansion of Arthur, the heir to a powerful conglomerate. Yeah, we know. In her true identity discovered in instant execution. Taking advantage of her natural expressional face, Maria flawlessly fulfills her duties as a mechanical maid, while secretly protecting Arthur from assassins constantly targeting his life. But things get complicated when smitten Arthur, who doubts Maria, comes dangerously close to discovering her secret. Every day, a nerve-wracking mix of thrills and close calls. A maid pretending to be a machine and a misanthropic air. Heartwarming rom-com filled with laughter, tears begins. What starts as a lie between master and servant gradually blossoms into an unexpected romance. A maid that's trying to hide as a as a human being. I seen this. I haven't seen this. Yes, I know that people are talking about the new Yu-Gi-Oh anime series, the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, The Chronicles. I know that some people like it. Some people said it was okay. I don't know. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of stuff about this anime. Let me see if I can get this fixed. Ugh. Yeah, because I'm having problems lately. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go take care of something. It's like I'm having technical issues.
Problem that most of us have with the image of anime, and indeed with the image of action-oriented science fiction, is that when women are made into recipients, ciphers, metaphors for the underdog, we find that very alienating.
There are basically only 6 types of women you can expect to see in the anime we get over here. They are the older woman, the tomboy, the girl next door, the frilly younger sister, the little child, and the disposable foreign female. And most characters will conform to those stereotypes.
There are many, many science fiction and action-adventure anime which have strong female heroines who are nobody's bimbos. But that isn't an aspect that a lot of companies choose to emphasize in their marketing in the West.
One area of anime that people can agree on is the Japanese preoccupation with technology in general and robots in particular. Originally developed to explore the significance of Japan's defeat in World War II, the themes of destruction and rebirth through sacrifice are played out again and again in the past, the present, and the future.
It's ironic, given that they're the only country in the world to have suffered an atomic bomb, but I think they see technology and science as a very positive thing and a very friendly thing, as witness the fact that in their factories and things they have robots, and whereas we in the West tend to fear automation and the advance of science taking over from man, I think they see it as a very positive thing that can help mankind.
Despite the limitations enforced on anime outside of Japan, its distinctive style of animation is becoming increasingly popular in other areas of popular culture.
The graphics are so...
Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. Sorry about that. We're back. How's it going, everybody? Yep, we're back. Let me go ahead and take care of something because I gotta make sure I get it right. Man, this sucks. Uh-oh. Mouse is not working. I got technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta take care of this. This is pretty bad. I got technical difficulties. I gotta make sure it works correctly. Be right back. Ugh. Alright, I'm back. Ugh. I have technical difficulties with this damn mouse. Actually, it's a wireless mouse I managed to buy purchasing via Walmart during the tariff wars. What a worst day. What a worst day for me. Had to do that. Anyways, let's see if this works. Wow. Everyone's talking about that whole Easter egg situation. Okay. I'm gonna say this right now. that whole Easter egg situation with the German VTuber. I don't think she's a bad person. Don't get me wrong. You know, everyone. I understand how people feel about that. It's an offensive to Christians, but keep in mind. Keep in mind. I'm gonna point out something to you guys. Jesus was not just stuck with one. He was stuck with criminals. One of the criminals asked him if he can go to heaven. Jesus said yes. You can go to heaven as long as you believe it. He did. He did go to heaven according to the Bible. Does it mean anything? No. It doesn't mean anything. It's just that's kind of how it is. I know people are talking about that whole issue with and I forgot her name. In case you're wondering what's going on. Oh, great. I'm having technical issues right now. Ugh. Because right now I'm having technical issues. Let's see if that's on. Is it having problems? Yeah, it's having problems. Alright. Alright. Having problems with my hold on, guys. Let me see if I can get it fixed. Ah! There we go. Alright. Let me see if this thing works. There we go. Yeah, I've been having technical issues with my mouse. It's been acting up lately. I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Now, a lot of people are talking about that whole Easter incident. I personally don't have a problem with people doing that type of stuff. I know it wasn't... She was laughing about it, but... A lot of people are kind of talking about that whole situation. Keep in mind, I'm not going to try to, do the whole situation to where people are upset with people about this. Oh, by the way, God Mars is on YouTube's unofficial TMS official channel if you want to check it out for anime. Alright. Oh yeah, the Super Sentai Watch Party, every episode in order. Yeah, they're doing that too. And I was trying to look for that. Here it is.
The future of trading is here on Robinhood.
Inception thing, guys. We're doing the Inception.
More boxes, more options. Grainger has over 1,700 box types in stock and ready to help you pack, store, and ship everything. And you can count on Grainger to deliver your boxes fast. Count on Grainger for boxes. Call or click Grainger.com/boxes today.
All right.
Jesus walks in the room and he immediately goes to wash the prostitute's feet, and this is the first time you're learning that your girlfriend has an OnlyFans. Why did you wash her feet first, bro? Oh, because she's a prostitute. I needed to clean the unclean. He just looks at her like, what? You're a what?
Him and Jesus holds up a phone with the OnlyFans page, just right up to his face. Look, I'm sorry to tell you this. This is it.
You know.
That's just funny to me. The image in my head is there now.
I like to imagine Jesus as a baby, laying down in his crib
Yeah,
with
but he
bone
kind of
face
points
pajamas.
out the whole cleaning the whole thing is a spiritual
Thank you, baby
thing.
Jesus, for this bounty.
A lot of people don't realize it's a spiritual thing.
You know, I think that some
Clean the
people might be able to
spiritual-
argue that Lumi is indeed the second coming.
The spiritual.
goodness.
I was just trying to get us in trouble.
That was the whole point of Jesus's speech.
Never.
On that one.
Again, I think that, like, as long as we can make fun of all other religions, I don't care if people make fun of Christianity. Everybody deserves to have some people made fun of. Washing feet, oh my god, Lumi is the second coming of Jesus. Lumi's not
Look,
here.
just remember, my religion, I'm a druid. One of your cast made my religion a fucking class, okay? Do you know the level of jokes that are just available that you can throw my way? I think it's amazing. So
Yeah.
don't get offended, have fun with it.
Yeah. See, I'm kind of surprised that people haven't made the Ava is a witch jokes, because it totally would be funny. Be great.
Well, she is a witch. Not really a joke.
I know, but like you could make so many funny jokes with it.
But it's
I don't
not
know.
a joke. She just is one.
I don't know. Anyway. I think that the Enos stuff that the people were bothering her over was dumb.
Yes.
Thankfully, it stopped, and the people have stopped.
I think
for the
Enos
most
launched a
part.
troll, and a lot of Christians took the bait.
Pretty much.
I don't even know if she is
much.
necessarily trolling.
St. Patrick's Day.
I mean, all I know is this reminds me of like two different verses in Proverbs, both of which involving not engaging with like that kind of stuff as a Christian, as a person of faith. So, I mean, don't engage with it. Don't react to it. This isn't your. You're not of the world. Your concerns are after the world. So.
A lot of people don't remember.
I think that's
ECW,
correct.
The
I haven't
wrestling,
read.
the
I
extreme
haven't read it in a while.
championship
Taco.
wrestling.
Huh?
Tisk.
I became a
Tisk.
druid after my grandparents tried to force me to become a youth pastor. Like I went to Bible college and shit. So,
Yeah.
my brain for reading comprehension and like morisms, just like don't give me the Bible and force me to read like Proverbs and Psalms and like all the old culture and law shit, because now I'm gonna call you on everything. By the end of me like being in the house, my grandparents were like, don't talk to us about the Bible anymore. My long, Timmy's long Christian grandparents were like, I don't want to fucking talk about the Bible with you anymore.
You ruined it for them.
I did, and it's their fault.
You ruined their religion, Ava.
Exactly.
How could you?
And what's great is I didn't just ruin their life, I ruined their afterlife.
Oh,
You see?
Anyway. The Enos stuff is the drama's dumb. I think that some of the people are definitely being dumb,
Yeah.
but it's whatever. I imagine that people will stop being dumb eventually.
Well, it'll
would-
pass. People will
it's
stop
gonna
caring
happen.
pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna
I
happen.
saw that she was still getting some rude comments, but I think it'll pass. It better pass.
There we go.
Anyway.
There we go.
Anyway. That was probably the smallest thing that kind of happened that wasn't actually related to the Great Foxu War, or the World War Foxu is what I'm going to coin this, and people have to pay me whenever they want to use it. So a lot of everything that has happened this week is all just branch offs of the fact that Kirsch got a gamer sub steal. Not only.
She didn't get a gamer sub steal. No, she's had a gamer sub steal. A Vice article was made about her because people were upset that she had a gamer sub steal.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she got
that is
gamer
correct.
sub
Yeah.
steal
So
long
she's had one
before,
for a
like,
while.
Yeah,
years
I
ago.
remember.
A lot of people don't realize.
Yeah, it started with that article, and then like people, like random people going, "Oh, I've decided to end my partnership with GamerSups because of their affiliation with other creators." And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I've like, it was one random guy, I have no idea who the name is, and then Joe Cat is like, he doesn't even have a partnership. It's like, I'm going through and deleting all my old affiliate links. It's like, dude, guys, this isn't doing anything. But even if it was, you could be liable for some serious torturous interference of contract.
Yeah, that is correct.
I have brought up the article itself. So kind of to give a timeline. So yeah, Kirsch has had...
So I'm going to say this, Joe Cat, I defended your ass, but you decided to become a bitch. How could you?
You could be liable for some serious torturous interference of contract.
Yes, that's right,
Here,
Joe.
I have brought up the article itself. So kind of to give a timeline. So yeah, Kirsch has had her partnership with GamerSups for a couple of years now, I believe. And because she has been so successful, they've decided to give her own line of merch along with a cup, which I learned the other night, you only get access to having a cup if you have moved enough product. So that's the reason why not everybody gets one. Yeah, she's moved product, and it is very apt to say so, because when her cup came out, she crashed the website. The people who tried to order it ordered it too hard, and essentially did not a DDoS, but what is essentially a DDoS, because so many people ordered it from it. So she's obviously popular enough that they knew that it was going to sell, and a lot of people are obviously very upset about it. The main people in this argument is the trans VTuber Nyara, the Nishi Sanji A-Log Bint, and this Anna Valens person who we talked about a couple weeks ago and has decided to come back again for some more hitting and a swinging and definitely missing.
How many times do we gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
Well, currently it's only twice.
Only twice, yeah. Joe.
Oh, so everyone invited a +1 for dinner. You officially need a lot of pizza fast. Nice work. Last minute meals made easy.
I'm going to say this.
Want to try Ozempic?
Joe Cat.
So this is tirzepatide, and it is the #1 weight loss medication available right now.
And then he decided to go back and like remove his... Based on what he said, he could have very easily touted the fact that he denied a renewal of the contract based on this. He could have spun it that way, right? The fact that he didn't tells me that they chose not to renew the contract with him.
Mm-hmm. So I talked with somebody who has a GamerSups deal. I'm not going to say who, don't want to get them in trouble. But they basically told me that you can't actually, like if you don't sell enough, like there's a threshold. And if you don't sell enough, they won't renew your contract. So there is a likelihood that you just didn't sell enough, and they're
there
like,
you go.
They're just like, what's funny is here, I have the tweet brought up here. Let me see if I can find it. It's one of mine that I have marked here.
I do recall
not that
Joe
one.
Cat kind of
I have that one up twice.
got
What
off
the fuck?
the internet.
Why do I have this up
And
3
it's kind
times?
of weird.
Hold on.
Skill
how
issue.
Joe Cat got off the
It
internet.
is a skill issue.
Remember
Why?
that drama where he got called
There it
out
is.
by his...
There,
Joe
no,
Cat was kind of...
that's the secondary tweet. There it is. Okay. So Joe Cat said that his contract ended a while ago.
Yeah.
So obviously he's not
That's
going to
his
specify,
claim.
because it's very embarrassing to say that they ended his contract because he didn't sell enough product. But his contract
Because
ended, but he's removing all of the branding from all of the
left.
platforms. Imagine spending
Joe
that
Cat
much
kinda
time.
left.
You know how long it takes for you
That's
to,
a big old cope.
It is a very big old
comes
cope, in my
back when
personal
people
opinion.
attack him
You
over
can't break up with me. I'm breaking it with you.
Joe
It
Cat
kind
has a
of,
good
kind of,
standing until this.
and it's very, it's
But also
very
Joe
funny because
Cat
like
got
it's not
into
easy
it. Someone
to actually
asked him
remove branding from other
if he
platforms,
was
especially if you have it in
sponsored.
multiple
Still,
videos. I don't know if he's going into individual videos and
then
cutting out sections where he said buy GamerSups.
I don't think he's doing any of it.
Him somehow
You don't think so?
I think he'll go back to more recent videos and remove it there. But on like the really old stuff, he's just gonna ignore it.
Yeah.
And he's gonna hope nobody looks that far
I think
down.
it was just a
and Joe Cat
announcement in words, not so much in action. He might go back a few pages, but I don't see him going back to the beginning of his GamerSups affiliation and going through every video, you know? I also posted you guys a tweet in response to the other person who had done this, Kaio. I decided to end my partnership with GamerSups because of certain creators affiliated with the brand who have expressed openly bigoted views without facing any consequences. I have a problem with that, but anyway, I believe in fostering an inclusive community, and I do not wish to support or be associated with companies that enable harmful behavior. This is not the company that I want my community to spend money on. So I respond with, so you're trying to use your partnership as collateral to force the company to drop someone because they have views different than yours. I'm glad you gave up your partnership. I would not wish for GamerSubs to end your partnership, but you clearly do not deserve the partnership you gave up trying to force a company to drop a creator you hate. And that's what this was. This is a public statement. It was a public announcement, and they was trying them using their pull and their affiliation with GamerSubs. Like, hey, I'm dropping my contract because you won't drop theirs. And I'm letting you know right now, when it comes to other people's contracts, you shouldn't be fucking saying goddamn shit, because if something you say for God forbid, ends up getting GamerSubs to drop the contract, right? Well, Kirsty can look right at you and go, well, now you're liable for tortious interference of contract, and I'm going to sue you for all the damages. Those damages being what GamerSubs was paying them, what the potential payout could have been at the end of the partnership. There's a lot of stuff here, and just to see all the grandstanding and all the attacking the specific partnership between GamerSubs and Kirsty is wild to see. Like, you as a content creator should not be going near this.
No, absolutely not. I actually here, Mizu, if you want to show the audience, I did bring up the tweet from Niara. Niara is really funny because they were coping and sneaking out based off of what I said, but I feel like Ava here, there's too many E's around here. Eva could definitely get a good
they're not very inclusive.
A good explanation for this, because I retweeted their thing saying Kirsch could potentially use this in a suit with Niara if GamerSubs drops her and GamerSubs cites creator backlash. Because like if GamerSubs does it, and I said this when I did my stream, I feel like it's
take
very
a
unlikely.
breath. Slow down.
Sorry. I think it's incredibly unlikely that GamerSubs will drop her. I will say that it's like in less than 10% chance, because she is extremely successful for the website. She brings them in a lot of money. However, there are some creators that are dropping. We don't know if those creators are actually like legitimately good people or not, but like they are losing some creators. So like I'm not gonna say it won't happen, because then I'm gonna sound very stupid and autistic if the 1% chance happens, and it does happen.
I'm going to say the probability is 99% it will happen, especially considering Kirsty, look who is partial owners of GamerSubs, like Shy Lily and stuff like that, Mythos, and like there's a lot there that tells me that no, this partnership is not going to end, and it's not going to end over what people try and say and try and drive a wedge between, you know, Kirsty and GamerSubs. But if this were to happen, absolutely, people, especially people with the largest following, the largest reach, would be liable for tortious interference of contract. Be like, look, if it weren't for you, your actions, your statements, GamerSubs would not have dropped me. And if they had not dropped me, I would have made this much money. You are liable.
Oh my God.
You owe me this much money in damages. Because two of the main things that you look at when it comes to a lawsuit is one, jurisdiction. So like Asahara said, Asahara said in the chat, because Kale also lives in the United States, it could definitely go because GamerSubs is a United States company. So one, jurisdiction, and two, damages. If you have both of those, there's a couple other things that you should have, but if you have those two things, 9 times out of 10, your lawsuit's gonna be heard. So
definitely.
People, if they want to hit Kirsty where it hurts, this is not the route to do it. Because this is one of the few routes that you can take that can get you in way more fucking trouble than what you could have gotten Kirsty in with GamerSubs.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just hilarious because none of these people on the internet actually realize that trying to get them to drop her is just a massive breach of the law. With Niara, because they are a German VTuber, it would be a definitely interesting question to see if something could be brought up. I mean, Billy Mitchell brought a suit against Carl Jobst in Australia, and he's an American citizen, so I guess anything is definitely possible.
No, it has to be illegal in the area in question.
This is true. This is very true. I don't know
Yes.
what the law would be in Germany. I guess that would be for some other law people to look into. But like, I wouldn't rule out the possibility. And like, what's funny is Niara replied saying that, how can I get sued for just saying that she's a white supremacist? And it's just like, that's not what you said.
On the internet wanted nothing
You're trying to get her dropped from her sponsorship, and that could land you in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, you were saying language like, why is GamerSub sponsoring and platforming this stuff? If I were them, I would drop this creator because I'm going to call for a boycott. I'm going to use blah, 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 blah. Basically, you have to, like, you are saying that this is a relationship that exists between a company and a creator. I don't like this relationship. I think this creator is bad. And I'm going to, like, what was the person who called one of Smash JT's ex-clients and tried to get him fired? Thank God it was a contract that had already been completed and stuff. But yeah, stuff like that. You can't do that.
No.
Brandris. Brandris is one of my favorite flavors.
They think they're basically free from all reproach.
That's the funny thing about Kirsha.
Which is not how the world works.
No, it's just like, I don't care what country you're from. If there's a possibility, like again, these are all like silly possibilities, but like that we obviously hope doesn't happen for the sake of both Kirsch and for the sake of her haters. But like it's just one of those things where you guys are really stupid. You don't realize just how stupid you are until like something actually hits, and then you realize you're looking down the barrel of a lawsuit, and it's just like, I hope it doesn't happen because you're gonna be fucking ruined. Sounds almost like incitement. I don't want to say, I mean, like, we have the lawyer here, but like, I don't know if that would be the right word for it. It's definitely it definitely kind of sounds similar.
It's a call to action for sure.
It's a call to action. Yeah, call to action is probably a better way of saying it. Definitely. I doubt they'll drop, again, like, I'm not saying that they will. I'm just saying that, like, saying it's a non-zero chance is kind of retarded in my personal opinion, because anything could always happen. So, like, you know, if...
Yeah, how obviously. I mean, I will say I would be legitimately surprised, if not completely shocked, if GamerSubs took this information and this bile that these creators were spewing and went, yeah, we're dropping Kirshi. Like, that would be... I would probably eat my shoes. That's how surprised I would be. But
no, I agree. I agree.
The percentage chance is still not zero, you know? It might be less than 1%, but it is still possible.
Low but never zero, chat.
Exactly. But civil, this is true. They're too used to saying what they want. Yeah, and that's the funny thing, is all of these people that, like, the person who wrote the article, the people that are getting so pissed off on the internet, they live in an era of time that passed quite like a year or two ago, where it used to be that using this kind of stuff would like a year or two ago, this probably would have ended Kirsch, probably. But we now live in an era in Lord of Trump 2025 where that's not happening anymore. I think people on the internet are less afraid of that kind of shit, so they're not going to let that happen. So I just don't think I just don't think it's like it's not plausible, but it is still like a possibility. If GG drops.
So this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to go an extra mile, accusing Kirsha who's from Boston. Keep in mind, is from an Italian family, according to her, from Boston. The problem is, Nara, the VTuber here, is the one that started it all. Calling her a white supremacist and all this other stuff. And making, like, all this are jokes. All of these are jokes. And you love to see it. The Department of Education has terminated 18 grants. Comprehension set 2 comprehensive centers provided consulting services, large focus on DIE application stated embedded DIE reviews. Yeah, I can't believe this is real. I'm so glad I voted for this. These were all jokes. Has dropped in Gamersubs publicly stating response to that. But this is Joe Cat. My contract with Gamersubs ended a while ago. I'm in the process of removing their branding code from my platform. I don't want to associate with the creators they sponsor. Keep in mind, guys, he did not get sponsorship from Gamersubs for a while. He didn't even bother to remove or care about it because, as I recall, he was not active when he got canceled over the whole freaking music video that he did of I Like Girls. And keep in mind, it's kind of retarded how this happened. And of course, he's mostly just streaming now. He hasn't done content on his YouTube channel for a while. I don't get why people are upset. And they're trying to, and Blint, of all people, are trying to cancel. They, them. Of course, the they, them community wants to start a war with Kirsha over the fact that she does not agree with their ideology. I don't really care. They're crazy. I'm sorry. This leads to the whole issue with Gamersubs. Everyone hate, like, okay, Morgan Pie, okay, she got her Gamersubs. Keep in mind, she's an OnlyFans model. Does she get? No one gives a shit. Despite all the drama that happened with her. Do you think they give a shit about? No, they know what makes money. Gamersub shit posting company, deal with it, drop it. Those are your choices. They didn't drop Tricky when she glorified the Trump assassination attempt. They won't now. It doesn't. Drop the Nazis in the end. Affiliation, go back to drinking coffee. I don't care. I don't want to associate with white supremacy, glore, and goofy little discount code worthy to get rid of the state. The true to my morals. Oh, so you're willing to burn your fellow Italian over this shit? Oh boy. Stick by your principles, buddy. Stick by your principles. I don't hate you. Stick by your principles, buddy. Stick by your principles. The thing is that's what bugs me about this whole situation is that a lot of people don't like Kirsha because Kirsha brought up the whole DEI issue, and what DEI was, it was pretty bad. I don't like the idea of it. I don't want to exclude people from a job that they probably do deserve to work in. And that's the issue that I had with DEI. Because I've seen a lot of guys out there that are getting like screwed over by the system itself. And this is what causes people to understand that there's no hope for a lot of people. And I don't have an issue with white males. I don't have an issue with them. I just want them to live their lives the best they can. As much as I want to live my life the best I can. I want everyone to live their lives the best they can. How they live it. But I don't want to destroy their lives. I don't want to do that. And a lot of people don't seem to understand, like, why are you defending this? I'm like, why are you defending this white supremacy? Because it's destroying people's lives. I get that that you don't like the past. I guess you don't like the past, but you have to move forward from the future and live your lives. I know that people feel that they're being like discriminated against. I know that people feel like they're being hated on. I know how that feels, but it gets to that breaking point. I don't want to ruin a person's life over this shit, over the fact from the past, present, and future. I want people to live their lives happily, but the problem is it gets to that breaking point where you have to live for yourself too. And I get it. Like, people are trying to live for themselves to the point that, like, I'm going to point out to you guys, because even this was becoming a situation of expressing their anger towards gamer subs because gamer subs supported Kirsha and Kirsha basically advertises for them. I don't have a problem with Ivy Doom Kitty being on there. I don't have a problem with any of these people that are on there. They're trying to make their money the way they want to. It's not a matter of principle or anything. They don't care. They want the e-girls. They want the they want everyone to show up and advertise because they stream. They do a lot more for the community. That's pretty much what Gamer Subs does, is that they want to sell their drinks to the people that watch their content. God, that chick is pretty hot with the thick thighs. Like, look at this chick. Never mind. Yeah. She got the thick thighs. And she's trying to save lives with the thick thighs, guys. And you can see right here, my Tactone and Pay Wubby Gamer Subs merch came in today. Wubby Desmat. Like, she basically is supporting her. You can support your fellow. If you don't like them, you don't have to buy from them or watch their content. Like, it's obvious people don't do that well. I'll admit, I tell people, you don't have to watch my content. It's not a matter if you don't like it. Like, I do this in a mature fashion because my opinion is not as great as you would expect it to be. The fact that Kirsha has a really good opinion on certain things and handles it in a certain way, you have to understand that work is work, real life is real life, but you need to understand the difference between fantasy and reality as well, because there is a difference between people liking anime, liking video games, and card games as well. And that community is kind of nerdish in a way. But we get these people that are infiltrating the whole thing, destroying it from within, and that's what kind of pisses me off about this, is that they're doing the wrong thing of turning us off by cringing at us about it. So yes, the total should they don't drop with this partnership after Backlash, please give Shallant money. He'll definitely agree if he has no trans friends he supports. Totally should they won't drop this partnership after Backlash. Yeah, and I'm just gonna say this right now. Why are you gonna get mad at someone making money over you? Why are you gonna get mad at them by going after their advertisers now? Okay, fine, go after their advertisers, but do you think they give a shit? I remembered this. Ah, man, the lean. They brought it back. I wanted to get that. The lean. Energy drink. The GG energy drink. From Gamer Subs. Homeland Security tells Gamer Subs to pull their lean flavored product over inaccurate depiction of the president. Come on, dude. That's a stupid excuse. How can... I used to remember there were like products that had the president on there. Like, I used to remember... Let me look it up. Let me look up products that had featured presidents. Like, there are drinks that do that too. Yeah. They had wines that do that too. Favorite foods and drinks of like, they had like, let me look it up because I know that there are images of drinks like Diet Coke brands. No, that's not one of them. That featured a president that actually had drinks. I don't know. It's like, it's pretty weird how that happens. Let me go ahead and go live.
Oh, well, no, I agree with that, because I know you and we're friends. She's not checking any of it. She's just immediately like, oh, they told me XYZ, guess it's true.
I don't know what she's known for. Laura is known for just being a whore on camera. I'm sorry. Laura is known for just being a whore on camera and occasionally doing guitar stuff. She's known as a heavy metal elf. But I'm going to be honest with you, she's not even really known for being a guitarist anymore because she never really does it.
She kind of stopped doing her music stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is sad because I heard that her music stuff is fine.
Yeah, it kind of annoys some of her fans that seem to really like it.
Yeah, but those fans don't matter.
She's
just going to do her endless
she needs to swing it.
Endless subathon.
Swinging those titties.
And I feel like, again, it's just going to further alienate the fans. And I don't get it. I really don't get it. Easily swayed? No, yeah. It's very...
well, here's the problem, because they're not just easily swayed. They are easily swayed and quick to dig in. So, not only are they swayed quickly, even if the direction they're swayed is wrong, they dig in immediately and you can't change their perspective.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the big problem with them. And not just them, with a bunch of people.
Like, I'm technically easily swayed. Because if you present evidence or statistics or an argument that makes sense to me, I'm going to, oh, okay, and then I'll look into it. But the problem is they're easily swayed, and then they go, that must be how it is. The Earth is flat. I knew it. I heard it. Carl Sagan said it. There we go. I got it. I see the horizon. Boom. Earth is flat. Dude, but what about all these other... Nope, it's a conspiracy.
Yeah. They just immediately lose it.
Yeah, I just love how people in Ben's comments are like, Alara fell off, and I'm just like...
Yeah, like, these people aren't going to support you just because you said, like, I'm turning around, I'm turning a new leaf. Yeah, they're not going to support you. They don't care.
No, these people are going to fucking eat you alive, Alara. I hope you know that. I don't know. What's funny is I made a video...
I like what you had said
go ahead.
Earlier, Misu, when you were like, oh, yeah. Somebody in your comment said, hey, didn't we already cancel this guy? It's like, yeah, but here's the problem. You don't watch me, and you told your audience who doesn't watch me not to watch me, so nothing happened.
Yeah.
I am curious, like, if her audience has changed at all due to some of her more recent stuff. I haven't paid attention to it,
now streaming
but
on
I am
Disney
curious.
Plus, available in various regions.
So,
in the US,
chat,
available on Hulu.
because I didn't want to get, like, too deep into it, and we really won't get too deep into it, but basically Kirsch and Kitsunero are being accused of believing in something called the Great Replacement Theory, which, like most conspiracy theories, has different versions, and that's something that, like, Bent and them don't seem to understand. Or I think they understand, they just don't care. So there is the version they're being accused of, which is it was started by like a French-Italian guy who said that the government had been infiltrated by Jewish people, and the Jewish people were trying to bring in migrants from other countries.
Oh my god, didn't you say they
in order
referenced
to
the Wikipedia?
Yes, they
definition?
reference Wikipedia. They had
Here's the great thing. But on that page, you can bring it up right now, I'll link it to you. It says the Great Replacement Theory, or French in origin.
Oh, so it was French, I was right.
Debunked white national. It says in the first fucking sentence it's been debunked. So why are you? Oh my god! Here, Jesus, I'm gonna hurt somebody. How do people do this? How do people go? Yeah, I'm gonna reference Wikipedia to support my idea for Great Replacement Theory.
Yeah.
Oh wow, he did.
No, but you're misunderstanding. They're saying that the idea that there is a great replacement has been debunked. That's what they're saying.
12-hour stream where his goal is
okay.
possible in migration.
Kirsch's opinion is not necessarily that they're bringing in a bunch of migrants. The Jews are bringing in a bunch of migrants to replace white Christian values. It's and it's that governments are basically trying to just flood the countries with migrants because they make better, easier workers.
Pretty good.
Which is the much
Jesus, yeah.
Which is a much more like reasonable take.
And this is like Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
Back to KOF 15.
Because again, that's the
way
thing.
More reasonable
like
than what I'm reading here on this Wikipedia article. This is fucking wild.
Because that's the thing. People like to ignore all of the like normal conspiracy theories, I would say, in favor of like the really crazy shit. Like when like there's conspiracy theories around JFK getting shot, most of which I think a lot of people kind of agree are probably to some degree true. But then they'll be like, "Oh, you believe in JFK conspiracy theories?" Like you think that
or like are you a 9/11er? It's like, what do you mean? There's several ideas of what happened and what went down that caused 9/11. Like, and several of them are wild, but some of them are much more believable. And it's not it's not a what's the word? It's not like
monolith.
A singular path. It's not like exactly. It's not a monolith.
And that's the thing they kind of they ignore. They're like, oh no, you don't understand, because there is this one version of the conspiracy theory. If you believe in the conspiracy theory, you believe in this one version. It's like, no, that's not really how that works. There's a lot of other stuff.
Just this sentence, it's wild. Ready? The conspiracy theory found support in Europe and has also grown popular among anti-migrant and white nationalist movements from other parts of the West. Many other adherents maintain that immigrants are flocking to predominantly white countries for the precise purpose of rendering the white population a minority within their own land, or even causing the extinction of the native population.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's it gets pretty wild.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah,
And
so
again, I don't
people
really have
look
a
at all
comment
that
on
wild stuff and they're like, well, that's what they believe. It's like, no, what she specifically said was that they're flooding the country with migrants, which is why they're completely ignoring all the different laws we have pertaining to legal immigration. Never said anything about like all this crazy replacement shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say right now, like, I have family in Ireland. I grew up part of my childhood in Ireland, and I will say right now, they are having a serious problem with how many immigrants are coming into the country, and they come into the country and they try to reverse assimilate the culture. Basically, they try to inject their culture into an area where it's becoming a problem, and people are, and now there's tension where there wasn't. There's economic problems where there wasn't, and this is a common thing that you'll see in a lot of Scandinavian countries and a lot of other European countries, and that this is an issue that they are seeing happen. It's not happening in a wild scale. It's not happening on an extinction level event, but it is happening. And to write off the minor signs of something like this happening as going, oh, you're just a wild conspiracy theorist. That's irresponsible, in my opinion.
It's irresponsible and gross because they are either co-signing it or okay with it happening, and
or they're just ignorant of it.
Well, that is also possible.
Which is no better.
Yeah.
But like you have people like Niara, who again lives in Germany and is also being beholden to some of this stuff, and it's just like you live there. How can you not see the shit at your front door?
The main thing I had posted about it, and also I had to read this because somebody in the chat said it, and I thought it was funny. They said conspiracy theory is basically becoming synonymous with spoiler.
Okay.
Spoiler alert! Oh, that's fantastic.
Makes sense.
Well, I mean, I don't know if y'all saw it, but we found out recently that it's actually highly likely that Hitler was escaped Germany and left to where was it? It came out in like some of the FBI
was it Brazil
files.
or Argentina?
I think it was Argentina.
Oh, do you want to hear my Do you want to hear my Hitler hiding in Brazil impression?
Sure.
Donde está la biblioteca en mi programa? Es Ukin Ukin, es Akin, it's Svisen.
Gushing over at Magical Girl.
But yeah, it came out in like some FBI documents that he probably did like escape, and that's been a conspiracy for like decades at this point. Is people said
that's been like pretty much since the war ended. That's been a conspiracy, but
which now we know it's probably somewhat true.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, it makes sense. He is a pretty big political figure. I don't believe that he would have been stupid enough to, like, not to say that he's dumb or smart or anything, but I just don't think that he would have stayed in one spot. I felt like he was smart enough to move around when he knew the going was getting tough.
Yeah.
That's Spanish, not Portuguese. Well, cut her some slack, chat.
I'm sorry. I did my best.
They're basically the same thing, chat.
No, no. Oh, you might upset some Argentinians.
I try my best. I've already upset the French.
Why, for liking the French rap?
I upset the French for a lot of things.
It's fair. It's very fair. Anyway, so moving on from the Great Replacement theory, you made a tweet about it, and everybody got upset at you.
Yeah. Well, because all I said was like the same shit Kirsch said, which was like, it's happening. Nothing else, no other context. I was like, yeah, it's happening. They're actively trying to like flood the country with immigrants.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, so you believe this is a bad thing? It's like, I didn't say that one way or the other. I don't really care. I've said it before. I would love a brown waifu.
Disparity that happens with this approach idea of what's going on is there is a they. So a big challenge to this, and this is just me playing devil's advocate because my brain plays lawyer, but it goes, okay, well, who is they? This could be a thing that is happening. Okay, the country is being flooded with immigrants, but to say they means there is a specific group or person or group of people who are behind it specifically.
We're usually big planners. But for my birth plan, I just put my trust in Providence Swedish. My maternity team was so outstanding, I felt completely at ease. It was all just so peaceful.
Yes, it actually is possible to eat healthy and still have a life.
Factor has made the biggest difference in how I eat and how I stay on track with my goals. Look at that.
So good. Thanks to Factor, I'm finally seeing progress without making sacrifices.
And there's a ton of options too. They're keto friendly, protein packed, and the roasted red pepper steak's my favorite.
Factor is giving you 50% off your first box. Thank me later.
Hates anything they think is right-wing, like not disagree, hate. They think if something is right-wing, it's inherently evil and must be destroyed. All I can say to those people is if half of society is a Nazi in your eyes, you need glasses.
Oh, that was a good movie.
What?
The movie where the guy wears the
glasses. You mean They Live?
Yeah, They Live. That's a great movie.
That's not what I was referencing.
I mean, fair. But, like, that's what these people feel like they live in sometimes. I feel like unironically, a lot of these people feel like if they get special glasses, they're just going to see everybody Heil Hitlering all the time.
But yeah, chat, if you haven't seen it, keep in mind, I am a small Twitter account. This is what it looks like down here. It's been seen almost a million times.
That's right, I forgot you got a community note on there.
Yeah.
Or a
Jesus
community
Christ.
note.
Yeah, somebody's trying to community note me.
Congratulations. This is your first time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Community note say?
How's it feel?
The Great Replacement conspiracy theory is a white nationalist conspiracy theory. White nationalists are often colloquially called Nazis or neo-Nazis due to large overlap in their belief. As such, it is accurate to call this a Nazi belief, and then they cite Wikipedia twice.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, that's not gonna... I hope Twitter doesn't...
That has absolutely nothing to do with what I said.
You know what's funny?
Yeah, it doesn't. That's the...
Oh, go ahead. Finish what you're saying. My apologies.
No, you're good. You go.
Well, I was gonna say is my first community note was literally people saying that that I can't be an anti-bully even though I put it in my name. Like they're like, Akko is a bully, so she can't be an anti-bully. And I'm just sitting here like,
What the fuck is an anti-hero then?
Well, it's just like they're trying to get an own on me, and they can't. They can't do anything but just say, "Oh, Akko calls himself an anti-bully," but they are inherently a bully.
Look, if
because
you
of the
have
fact
to
that...
rely and fall back on semantics and like changing the definitions of shit in order to get an own on somebody, you've lost the fucking plot.
I hate to say, wow,
No, I agree. I agree. That's what was really funny because again, like the whole anti-bully thing is again based around Mr. Medicare, and it happens like once a week. Almost at this point where somebody points out the anti-bully thing. Like I was like reading some of the people that were replying to me over something and it's like, I don't trust that Akko because they say they have anti-bully in their profile, yet they bully people. And I'm just like, how many times do I have to tell people that they... It's one of the best filters for my community ever. If you don't understand what anti-bully is, you are potentially an individual that I might not want in my community. Not always, because some good people still exist that don't know who Mr. Medicare is. But a good chunk of people that don't know it just end up being like, oh, Akko's not a bully, but they act like a bully.
But these were some of the wonderful replies I got. The people defending this, the joke writes itself, and it's the K-On girl in Nazi outfit. Yeah. Again, I don't care. Apolitical looks inside right wing. Actually said this.
You are not right wing. You are.
I don't have it pulled up. Here, I'll pull it up really quick because I actually had a specific response to that because people kept saying that and I thought it was really stupid.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just really dumb because, like, out of the three of us, I would say that Looney is definitely the most conservative. I would say I'm more towards the middle. And you don't like nobody can really pin you down because like you just don't talk about it.
Here was my reply, right? I said people read this first line in reference to the avoid everything political and determined that meant I have no political beliefs whatsoever. Therefore, I'm a hypocrite for having opinions instead of the obviously more logical take of I don't like to use my platform for politics. Reality is no one is apolitical. They can be apolitical in parts of their life. It's really easy to not make every conversation about left or right something when we're playing games or watching streams.
That's true.
You can be friends with people and not turn every conversation into a political debate. I grew up in communities where people legitimately were far left and far right, but we all got along because we were there to play games.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's the only take I can have, because I kept having people say, you say you're apolitical, but then clearly you're a right-winger. It's like, okay, let's pretend I am a far-right weirdo. I didn't say I was apolitical. I said I don't like talking politics on my platform.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're going to see it, chat. It's not just this one time. It is dozens and dozens of times of, you said you're apolitical.
You mentioned it on Twitter, but like, I don't know how you said it, but you basically were just like, some of these people are so fucking dumb. Like did you use the term low IQ? I can't remember.
I called them low IQ brainlets.
Yeah, some of these people are literally so low IQ.
Chat, I'll show you the one guy specifically. Apparently some people know who this is. Because several people mentioned him by name, and it's like, I don't know who the fuck this is. Like, at all, just point blank.
Yeah. They believe in the
here it is. Chat, I don't mind showing you, like, when I get angry at people. This is why I don't touch politics. It attracts the lowest IQ brainlets who insist on debating everything. And one of the things he pulled up was he tried to say, here's proof that curse is evil. And it's a fucking Mr. Medicare tweet.
I actually got Sparky to make AI Mr. Medicare say this. Can I send it to you?
Perhaps.
They
It is
like
literally just
they
the
believe in
line
this
to line
idea of
what Mr.
postmodernism.
Medicare
And
said there in
sometimes
that
the
tweet.
skepticism that they have.
But yeah,
just,
they said you
forward
haven't
it
shown
to
me
you.
where Kirsch apparently wanted to throw people in ovens or even said anything remotely Nazi related. And they replied, found it. And it's a
you go.
Mr. Medicare tweet that says, I once watched one of her streams and commented, hey, that's a really fun game. And she started screaming at me, saying, I can't wait for Project 2025 to go effect so I can personally put you in an oven.
I sent you the message.
And he believed this as if it was real.
Yeah,
He's like, yeah, no, this
Line
is
rapes these people are.
like this was totally true,
It kind of
guys.
reminds me of those Onion articles that, like, occasionally your Facebook family would, like, post them, like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. Like, look at the source. It says the Onion. It's. I don't know how to make this any clearer. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
But this is the one that kind of like threw me off a bit because of how stupid it was. They said calling another religion ontologically evil is racist. I said, I feel like implying an ideology is permanently tied to a race of people is more racist. And they said, this is the person they were originally replying to, who is tying the religion of Islam to Muslim immigrants. And I replied, Muslim is what you call someone in the religion of Islam, you dolt.
This is so.
Here, chat, I'll scroll
Again,
out there right at the bottom.
Mind raped.
They're so dumb.
These, like, legitimately. Where did education fail these people? We need to, like, arrest all of the people.
Look,
that taught
initially I
education.
was against Donald Trump disbanding the Department of Education. Like, honestly, at this point, if this is like the standard, like, I'm sorry, but that money would go better. Leave it to the states, get the numbers up first, because dear God, why? Like, I'm surprised they can string two sentences together.
Yeah, no, I agree.
No,
it's
they-
just
they
like,
kinda
oh,
bring up this
education.
thing,
But by
the
the same
person's either
token, I don't
30
see what they're educating.
or
This is
50
not
years old.
educating whatsoever.
Yeah, a lot of them.
But these are the kind
By
of
the way,
people
that
I've had
was
to
a
deal with
joke.
all day, chat. I also had people send me gore in my DMs, although I'm also used to that.
Oh my God! Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, they mostly just sent me pictures of real dead people. The only one I think I recognized off the rip was, I'm pretty sure it's that girl that got shot during the January 6th thing, given the way it looked.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I got sent a couple things. I got sent a bunch of people telling me to commit. Obviously.
Oh my God.
I had somebody.
Oh, is
this
that
was
the
another
new way
one
to
I
say it?
posted about. Was somebody told me, they pointed out a tweet where I said I was playing Repo with friends, Frens, and they replied to me in DMs with, "Friends, you've exposed yourself, rightoid." And I was like, I don't. The fuck do you mean? What's
So
wrong with
saying
friends?
Saying friend is right-wing ideology?
Apparently.
I mean, I'm surprised they didn't call you, like, the P word or something. Because I've had that happen to me.
Oh, no,
you
I've had
said
a billion
friend?
people call me a
Oh, you're a
pedophile.
P word. Yeah, oh yeah, that happens every day.
I had tons of people. People
day
kept
now.
saying call me an alt-right Nazi pedophile.
They keep doing this crazy shit.
Bro, can you, like, leave some of the titles for us? You think this is just Pokemon where you can go around collecting all the cool titles?
I can, apparently.
Oh, and he's winning all of them. He gets every single one of them. It's hilarious.
Also, chat, to bring it back to a little bit more fun, this was something I posted earlier, because I still have people calling me a Nazi. So I posted, guys, trust me, you'd have more luck getting my fans to turn on me by reminding them I like Avril Lavigne than you ever will by trying to convince them I'm a Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
And then promptly, 3 people in a row replied with, who is Avril Lavigne? So I had to follow up with, I've already had 3 different people say they don't know who Avril Lavigne is. Am I old?
The answer is yes.
Chat, please
Oh,
tell
that's
me you know
fucking
who
funny.
Avril Lavigne is.
I love Avril Lavigne.
I'm not even out of my 20s yet. I can't be turning into my
I love her
mom
music.
already.
No, she has good music.
I'm trying to remember, what songs has she done again?
Skater Boy. Everybody knows Skater Boy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
She also did Hello Kitty.
Sis, she was a skater boy.
Yeah.
How is she doing these days? These days she looks hot. She looks like she has not aged a fucking day.
Does she? Okay, I'm gonna look her up real quick.
This is a picture of her in 2023.
Wow, yeah, she's kept her age very well.
Oh yeah, how old is she? She's on the front of Victoria's Secret. That's hilarious.
She is... How the fuck is she younger than me? Oh no, wait, is that years active? Okay, no, we're good.
I was gonna say, what?
I saw this part first, 1999 to present, and I was like, there's no way she's younger than me. Yeah, she's apparently right on 40.
Yeah, she's turning 41 this September.
I'm gonna be honest, that's way younger than I thought she was.
Dude. Yeah, she is.
Yeah, no, me too.
She sang a number for a One Piece film?
Did she really?
She did. A song called How You Remind Me.
Damn.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
that was like one of the films.
So this is a thing. She has a song that people tried to call her out for being racist for called Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty.
And this song specifically came about because apparently she has massive popularity in Japan.
Oh God.
I don't see how that makes her racist because, like,
the song was very stereotypically Japanese. The thing is, the Japanese people loved it because it was very stereotypically Japanese.
I'm assuming that it was stereotypically Japanese because that's what they wanted, and she made it for them.
Yeah, so they ate it up, of course. Like I would.
So dumb. So dumb.
Oh, you get used to it.
So dumb.
Here,
okay.
I'll show you guys because I won't play.
I hate when that happens. Like, my internet just keeps breaking every time. Like, motherfucker.
My name is Kiara, and I'm a second-year nursing student at the Oregon Health and Science University. You're at the hospital, and then you have the universities, and you get to connect the two. It was a no-brainer for me.
Why is everybody putting up with ads like it's 2010? Like, it's 2025, guys. Just use Pi. This Chrome extension takes 5 seconds to set up, and it blocks ads on any website you visit. It makes the ads just like...
Man, I find that hilarious.
Yeah, and I was walking and I literally like double time, like, there's no fucking way I'm hearing the same guy who did I Never Thought That It'd Be So Simple, but...
Yeah, it was really hilarious. It's really hilarious to think of.
Yeah, but the thing is...
But yeah, he, basically all of his songs are dubbed in Spanish.
Yes.
Because it's just popular.
It's really hilarious.
I just think it's funny that over in Mexico, he calls himself Drake Cumpleaños, which just means Drake Bell in Spanish.
Like, his face is on, like some restaurants there have him and his buddy on, like, menus.
That's kind of creepy. But
yeah.
Apparently him and Josh
they just have them etched into the plates.
Yeah, him and Josh got together recently and made up. And,
yeah, they did.
Because I think people forget, the thing Drake was accused of was, like, trying to groom a minor. Yes. And it basically came out it was a lie.
Yes, pretty much. There's actually a documentary that I'm going to watch on my channel tomorrow. Actually, you know what? I think I might watch it tomorrow because I don't have much else going on. If you like Mizu and Ava, you can join me for it, and we can react to it because it's a really good documentary.
A documentary about him?
Yeah, about him and Josh. It's just like a documentary going through...
I remember when the initial allegations came out, and I looked at it, I'm like, this is bullshit.
Well,
so, I imagine document will just be reinforcing that.
I'll be honest.
Like, I'd be down.
I'll be honest, I did think it was bullshit just because so many people had gotten outed for it. I just kind of like, I'll wait for the court case, but it sucks that this happened again.
No, yeah, pretty much. Like, when it first came out, I looked at it and I was just like, I hope this isn't true because I grew up with this guy. This really sucks. And then I just forgot all about it. And then when I saw this documentary and read it,
I will
like,
say this too: these allegations are coming out against so many people now. I'm not happy about it, but I am happy about the fact that a lot of people are going out. let me wait for the court case, or like I don't believe it until like we actually have proof, you know?
Well, yeah, because you have a lot of people
like,
that
even 5 years ago, like you make that accusation, boom, life ruined.
No, yeah, and like my problem is it is happening so frequently and so rampantly now that there's going to be people that intentionally try and get that accusation put on them so that it doesn't stick because of how many people are just tired of it these days. I'm afraid that is going to happen.
Yeah,
and it
that's
really
true.
bothers me.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. You can now actually call yourself a pedophile through an alt account and probably get clout off that.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
I didn't even
yeah,
think about
yeah,
that.
but
I thought that's
you
what you
can.
meant.
Well, yeah, it is kind of what I meant, but like what I mean is like people who actually groom people and then get away with it because oh, the accusation that I'm a pedophile, oh, that just doesn't stick. Look at how many people are going through it, and then some people will just write it off.
That doesn't
from some
that doesn't happen really.
Well,
What
I'm
happens
afraid
is
that
the
it
opposite.
will.
The opposite is no, because here's the thing. And I'm going to speak a little like what's the word?
Play music like
not
you used
expert
to.
wise, but professionally wise. Like pedophiles follow a specific pathology. One of those pathologies is they tend to take the position of the crusader, protecting children. You know, so that's why you have
This
so
is
many
true.
people come out like fighting against pedophilia, calling other people pedophiles and stuff, and then they're outed as it. Why?
very true.
Because it's in a pedophile's pathology to take the stance of the protector, the person who's on the side of the kids. So you're not going to have someone, oh, nah, that's not going to happen. You know, they're not going to do that because they would never be caught dead on that side.
You know, you bring up a good point. I'm just like worried that like one day you're gonna have like a not Giga Chad, obviously not, but you're gonna have an idiot that like thinks that he can get away with it, and probably do. I don't know. Like that's my worry, but
So, you two be good for like 5 minutes so I can go use the bathroom. And I don't want to come back and hear anybody was saying slurs or try to get us in trouble. You guys be good.
Okay.
Can I leave you two alone for 5 minutes?
Yes. In fact, I did want to talk to Ava about something. I wanted your opinion, Ava. So this was actually something I saw Wendigoon talk about, where Wendigoon was like, I've noticed that my videos where I talk about a little bit more sensitive topics aren't getting demonetized as often. And the idea is essentially that YouTube is caring less about certain phrases and speeches. Like it used to be, if you said dying or death or some specific word or combination of those words, you could get demonetized really easily. However, now some people are noticing it doesn't happen as often. And so my theory is that because like one of the reasons why this happened is like, oh, you're getting demonetized because we don't want the advertisers to get upsetty spaghetti. But now I think some people are starting to, and myself essentially is thinking that it's being reversed because the platform is the one who cared, not the advertisers.
Yeah, YouTube is doing
Ava's
that,
always
it's true.
demonetized. That's not true.
No, I'm not always demonetized. I will say, lately our LA Noir streams have been, but that's only because there's like fully naked women
Well, that's different.
in the game. Like, yeah, exactly. So those are gonna this just gonna be demonetized. But I will say, I don't have like any kind of filter on my language at all. I don't focus on the first 2 minutes of the video you can't say swears or anything like that. And if I look at my analytics, a majority of my I think one or two videos per
I played fucking Striker. He was my main nigga.
You balled up niggas with Woody Harrelson and shit.
Just getting clapped up. It's so fucking wrong. Oh shit. You know what? That was a nice little opener.
Yeah, that was
Ready
good.
to get into work?
Yeah. I know you had posted, you sent me an article about Last Defense Academy.
Yes.
Let's talk about that for a second.
So let me give you the premise here. So the people who make Danganronpa, Spike Chunsoft, they decided to come up with a brand new game. Now, I was told about this game.
I saw the chats.
I did. I know. I saw it too.
I can't listen to
Yeah, that is a double sting.
Oh.
The nigga that be putting you up against the walls, the nigga that's getting
I
you,
can't
that's
listen
just
to
dugging
ye,
you
no
and taking
song.
your quarters from you.
Getting
Be like
George
that
Floyded for real.
What's your fatality? I stand on you.
He's reaching.
You know the fucked up part is I used to make that joke all the time. He's going for his gun.
He's reaching. Just
my brother was like, "Who the fuck told you that?" I was like, "I listen to rap music."
Yeah, they probably won't bring back Stryker mainly because of the George Floyd shit. Well,
Yeah, because then I'll just have to make jokes until on live streams like, "Nigga, I'm kneeling on you. How does this make you feel?"
it's propaganda.
Yeah, it sure is when I'm busting a cap in your gun.
That's right, because Ultimate Stryker had the gun.
he had the blicky.
I was like, how come he doesn't have a gun in 3, like Vanilla 3? Ultimate 3, that nigga had the gun. He whipped that shit out.
That nigga had the extended clips.
Yeah.
I was like, yo.
Yeah.
This is before fucking Deadshot came out with fucking Injustice 1, where he was just pinging niggas from across the street.
Yeah.
Deadshot ass.
You gonna try to jump, huh? Peep, peep,
Yeah.
peep, 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 peep.
That's what's going on, guys.
What are you gonna do, turtle back there? Peep, 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 peep.
Over here looking like Wanted.
Yeah. So
curve these bullets.
all right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Looks like my friends are not showing up tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Yeah, guys, have a good night. I'm out. Peace.